I'd say we are pretty stripped down now after quite a bit of work, but we got a lot more work to do, so let's get to it. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. Like I said, we had a lot of work to get to this point right here, but there's still a ton of work to do. So today's focus is the cab. I want to get this thing cleaned up because there's a lot of like grease and stuff on the engine bay. There's a lot of grease and things on the underside of the truck. There's also a lot of dirt inside the cab, and I want to go through and like start marking some like brackets and things that we can cut off of this thing. We'll see about that as I'm working through here. I'll ponder that task, but we are going to cut off these guys, all these little mounts and things right here on the back of the cab. We're going to cut those guys off of there, make this whole thing clean right here. So yeah, just getting the whole cab cleaned up and ready to work on and ready to do things to it. So enough talking, let's get to the work. God, dog, this is this is straight purple power, so it's a little strong in here, but I'll have to show you guys all this running off of here. It's filthy. It doesn't look all that bad, I guess. It does look pretty dirty, but daggone, start spraying some cleaner on it and it looks gross. So we'll spray the cab down, let this stuff soak for a little while, and then we'll spray it out. I said purple power, but I meant super clean. It's just in a purple bottle. Look at all this stuff here. Look at all that brown crap running off the cab there, all the way over here. Look at all that. I'm not sure what that even is, but yeah, we'll let that sit on there for a little while. All right, it's been about 10 minutes or so. Let's go ahead and spray this stuff out of here. I was thinking, this yellow stuff, I sprayed it on the roof, and it's also got yellow stuff on there, and I couldn't tell anything about that whenever I was in the truck before, but I wonder if someone smoked in this thing before, because I've worked somewhere in the past where we had to clean a car like that, and like the windows and stuff like that were yellow. Like that stuff gets everywhere, and I just wonder if that's what all this is here, that yellow stuff going on there. But anyway. All right, inside the cab cleaned up pretty daggone well. Got everything nice and clean in here, so now this part is done. So now we gotta go under the truck and then in the engine bay, and we'll get that stuff taken care of as well. And yeah, just keep trucking along. As you can maybe see here, the undercarriage of the inner fenders and all that stuff is pretty grody. We got lots of grodiness up into here in the engine bay, lots of stuff down into here. Over here is really, really bad. This is where like all the grease and oil was on the frame too. So like down into there, I'm not sure what happened there, but like everything on this side is kind of covered in grease. So I'll show you the undercarriage in a bit, but it also has that same like black kind of greasy stuff on it. So yeah, not sure what happened there sometime in the past, but doesn't matter now. So yeah, soap. Super clean, it's super clean. Gotta get it super clean, super clean. Before, pretty grody, huh? Yuck. And after, great, googly moogly. That took way longer than I thought it was going to, but we scrubbed every little bit of this thing and it looks really, really good actually. I am pretty shocked at how this thing cleaned up. Aside from the paint failing, you can't probably see it right now, but there's like a trail of white going out through here. That's paint. That's like little itty bits of paint like coming off like places like here and like through here on the hinges, stuff like that. There's like, I'm not sure where all it's coming from, but the paint is definitely failing on this thing. If you've been following along way back when, I may have showed you the tailgate where the paint on that, I could hit it with the water hose and it would just fly off in chips. So yeah, the paint was definitely going on this thing. So I mean, good thing I guess we're tearing it all the way down to the bare cab just for that reason. But yeah, I'm gonna go spray the inside of this thing back out again because it got a bunch of crud in there from the firewall. And then we're gonna go under the cab and take care of all that. This is very tedious stuff, but I try to show everything. I mean, this is a lot of work just to skip over. So yeah, this is taking me like half the day just to get this far. So yeah, this is a very, very tedious part of this kind of stuff, but it is part of it, I guess. Has to be done. So I'm gonna wait here a minute, let myself dry off for a second, as I got really wet being over there working in the inner fenders and all that stuff. I can't believe how clean these things got. This stuff looked so bad, but now it looks like it came out of the factory. Let's just do a quick stroll here. This is the back part of the cab right here. Pretty grody, black. This up here is the passenger side where a lot of that grease and stuff was. You might be able to tell like how thick it is on there. Pretty rough. And then the other side is not too terrible, but it does have some of that oily, greasy kind of stuff. We're gonna take care of all this and get this thing looking clean under here. I am excited to see what this turns out to be. If that engine bay turned out that good, I wanna see what this stuff looks like. But yeah, let's grab some engine degreaser and we'll spray that on there first, and then we'll do our super clean mixture. One can down. That is one thing about this stuff. It goes so fast. So my engine degreaser did next to nothing. I'm not even gonna show you because you'd be like, did you even spray anything? So it knocked off like, I mean, just a little bit of the bark, which done nothing in the long run. So I'm gonna get under here, spray this stuff with some super clean, scrub it with our brush, and yeah, get soaking wet here. So wish me luck. Okay, let's crawl under here. I am soaking wet. So we didn't really clean this side over here much. I got just on the other side of the trans tunnel right here, but we didn't get over here on this side very much. But we got this side pretty daggone clean, I feel like. We scrubbed a lot of the grime off of there. Everything came off pretty daggone good. I haven't done up into here yet, obviously, so you can still see all the grime and gunk and all that stuff, but down through there and on the underside right here, we got a majority of that stuff off of there. Everything's coming off nicely. It just takes some scrubbing, and it is incredibly time consuming. So I am about out of time that I have available for today. Got to go inside soon and take care of the baby for the evening shift, and we got stuff scattered absolutely everywhere. I have to move so much stuff out of the garage to get out here and do any kind of work that it's rather annoying, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And so yeah, I'm gonna start bringing that stuff in, get it all into the garage, and I will jump back either tomorrow or the next day when we're out here again, and we'll finish this thing up and move on from there. Okay, it is now a couple days later. Let's get back under the truck here and finish that passenger side, get it all nice and clean under there so we can begin grinding and sanding on the bottom of that thing, getting it down to bare metal here soon. And yeah, I just really don't want to get soaking wet again today, but I'm going to anyway. So yeah, under the truck we go, and here we go. Let's see here. Man, it looks pretty good on this driver's side that we done. Got that thing pretty daggone clean. There's a little bit of rust and stuff like that. I'll show you once we're all done here. Everything looks decently well for a 2002 that was, I believe, located in Virginia its whole life. So I'm pretty sure it had been at least exposed to salty roads, but yeah, everything doesn't look too bad. I'm wearing gloves this time because last time wrecked my hands. I'm not diluting this stuff, it's just straight degreaser, so it's pretty powerful. My hands were not happy afterwards. All right, that should be a pretty good soak, I believe. I don't know how much of this you're gonna be able to see, but I got myself a new brush today that has a little bit longer of an arm on it, so I can reach this stuff without having to be directly under it like I was last time. Hopefully the bristles are stiff enough. It's a wheel brush, so it's not exactly meant for scrubbing stuff like this, but hopefully just the agitation will do something. All right, let's roll under this thing and check it out. All right, sorry for the noise. I'm missing like 2 wheels on my little thing here. So yeah, so this is the underside of the cab. Everything got crazy clean. All the way up into the front right here. This side got super clean as well. I am really, really pleased with that. However, I did go through and use a Brillo pad. So I went through like 4 Brillo pads on the whole underside of this cab. And so now everything looks, I mean, pretty daggone clean, honestly. There's just a couple little rust spots like around the bolts and stuff like that, which is, I mean, that's fine. We're doing the epoxy primer and all that stuff under here anyway, so we'll take care of all those little spots. But I am really happy with how this turned out. So yeah, the underside of the cab, I guess, is complete as far as cleaning it goes. Now, the real work begins on the underside because we gotta sand and grind this thing down to bare metal. We're gonna do some rust treatment stuff, epoxy primer, things like that, and this thing should be good to go. I haven't decided yet what I wanna do. If I wanna just paint the undercarriage, or I wanna do the undercoating stuff, or I wanna undercoat and then paint. I haven't quite decided yet, but we have some time to figure that out. So yeah, this is the inside of the cab as well. I used those Brillo pads on here too, and a whole lot of that rusty stuff along the bottom of the door is now gone, which is nice. So yeah, we got all this through here cleaned up. That was like orange before. There's still like a couple little spots, but I mean, that cleaned up really well. Gotta get that stuff off of there still. That'll be a paint stripping wheel or something like that, wire wheel. We'll get all that stuff off of there. But yeah, I am super happy with how the inside of the cab turned out as well. I am thinking about taking these beams out from under here because, one, it's like just low enough to where I can't sit all the way up, and it's just tall enough to where I can't lay all the way down. So I'm like having to like arch myself up and lean myself up, and I'm gonna be holding a grinder above my head and doing all that stuff. So I don't really want to do that for long periods of time. So I'm thinking about dropping the cab back down onto these jack stands and getting these beams out of here for the time being. Now that we don't have the frame to worry about going under it, we should be able to get those out of there because it's gonna be kind of tight in there to do a lot of work back here and all that kind of stuff, because those do take up a lot of the room in there. And so getting it on the edges and putting it on the jack stands, I'll have all that space under there. And so that's what I'm thinking right now, but I'm just kind of thinking out loud. So yeah, sorry. Okay, I've got the jack under the back of the cab. I'm gonna jack it up. We'll put the stands back here on the back of the cab, and then I have the engine hoist up here holding on to the front of the cab. That's how we picked it up to get it up onto these studs to start with, because I had myself in a bind. I'll link that video up top if you guys missed that one. If you want to watch it, you can go check it out. But yeah, let's get this thing back down onto these jack stands. We are just too low with the jack stands, and the cab's wanting to like move on me. So maybe I can pick up the front of it like this with the engine hoist. We'll have it kind of hanging. It's, you know, that's that's pretty sketchy. But let's see. The cab is now hanging in the air. Woo! As you can see. So we're gonna try to let this down gradually. Okay, that's off. Let me go over here to this side. I'm not crawling under that thing, I know that for sure. Okay, now we'll lay this down. Put this here. Now, we'll start to lower it gently. I say gently lower it, there we go. So we'll do this a little bit, stop it. We'll lower it by the jack a little bit, and we'll just have to walk it down. Woo, too much. Okay, leave that there. Lower it down again. Okay, stop it, go back. Lower it down again. Holy moly. Okay, we should be good here. Woo. That's a little bit too fast. A little bit too fast for my liking. I mean, we're basically sitting on it now as it is. We should be there. I'm gonna go ahead and lower it down in the front here. All right, we're full tilt on the front. I'm not sure if you went back and watched that cab video. I'm not sure why I didn't do it this way to start with. But here we are. And boom. There we have it, baby. It does have a little bit of motion, but that's all right because the jack stands are far capable of being able to hold this up. So, bam, there we go. Now this is gonna be a good height, I think. But I think that is about all I'm going to be able to get done on this thing today. I don't want to start grinding on it, obviously, and so we still have a lot of ways to go with that, but I'm going to go ahead and call it here. This thing, though, is minty clean as far as like grease and grime goes. There's still, like I said, a lot of work to do to get it down to bare metal, but we'll get there. So if you got this far, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much. As always, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing going on here, and I will see you next time. Bye.